This is Edu Skills. And if you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work. And please share your comments so that we customize upcoming sessions accordingly. And please do share to your contacts so that we may reach out to maximum people who are really struggling, especially financially struggling to crack OET. We never charge for any of our services. So let's serve the humanity. You want to see something of elimination? You have energy to go on?
Yes, for
Yes.
System to read, just listen and read. Okay?
2. According to the guidance notes, all staff involved in transferring patients from critical to general care must obtain all necessary consent from any interested parties, ensure that the patient's personal care plan is also transferred, make arrangements for ongoing cooperation once the transfer is complete. Transfer of patients. 1.15 The critical care area transferring team and the receiving ward team should take shared responsibility for the care of the patient being transferred. They should jointly ensure that there is continuity of care through a formal structured handover from critical care area staff to ward staff, including both medical and nursing staff, supported by a written plan. The receiving ward, with support from critical care if required, can deliver the agreed plan. 1.16 When patients are transferred to the general ward from a critical care area, they should be offered information about their condition and encouraged to actively participate in decisions that relate to their recovery. The information should be tailored to individual circumstances. If they agree, their family and carers should be involved.
Okay. Now our business is to mainly look into what is absolute. Do you see any absolute in the options? ABC options? Yeah. The strategy says if you see an absolute in one of the options, anywhere in the option, immediately you can eliminate that option. Eliminate that option. And you will find very often you will find two options having in part B, very often you find two options having absolutes. Then you know you need to do nothing. And here you can also have one more strategy here. What is it? Must.
model verb.
Do you have a synonym somewhere in the options?
Ensure.
So that this particular strategy of modal verb says that must be the right answer. Without reading anything, you will go into it. Okay? Now, even otherwise, obtain all necessary consent from any interested parties. Is it possible? According to the guidance note, all staff involved, not one staff, not in a charge. All staff involved in transferring patients from critical to general care must, all the staff, not one staff, all staff has to go to Uganda, Nigeria, Pakistan, England, America, wherever their relatives are there to obtain their consent. The whole principle is that in medicine or in medical area, you don't have absolutes used. Nothing absolute possible. You can't say everybody will be fine and everybody will be healed. All can be healed. Nothing of that will work. That's the general idea. And that's also, if I have watched that video on elimination, which I suggested you, I have given you evidence where there are more the research, the biggest research ever done, consulting or collecting data from 24,000 different competitive benchmark exams. They have evolved this criteria. If absolutes appear in the option, absolute words appear, that can be eliminated immediately. And the modal verb says the second one is the option. Let's see. Okay, where do you have modal verb in the here? You have ensure here, right?
Ensure.
In the text. So ensure that the patient's personal care is also planned. If their personal care plan, you can eliminate this, what is within the brackets. Not essential to identify the answer. So, supported by a written plan. Ensure that there is continuity of care through a formal structure and over from critical care area. Staff to ward staff, supported by a written plan. The patient's personal care plan is also to be transferred. Yeah, paraphrasing. Then you need not look into all these things at all. That happens. That is when patients are transferred. What is that? Means after the transfer. That para speaks about after the transfer. But the question is, according to the guidance notes, all staff involved in staffing, transferring patients, transferring is in the process, not after. Okay? That is in the present, the process, during the process. But the second paragraph starts saying, when patients are transferred, what others have to do? That's entirely different scenario. You understand? Before transfer, during transfer, and after transfer.
After transfer.
The timeline you have to be cautious. If you practice these timelines, most of the time you will easily will not read and waste your time unnecessary things. So immediately you have the answer even without reading those things. And this can be gone in all the steps. I'm not going to take you over that. Okay. See, all necessary consent, personal care plan, interested parties, concept-based. The differentiating questions can be two. Edging words or keywords can be two types. One is concept-based, means interested parties. Then transferred. The interested parties transfer. Then after transfer. Transfer is complete after transfer. Differentiating is consent, personal care plan, ongoing operation. So these are the edging words. Consent, personal care plan, ongoing cooperation. Transfer is, once the transfer is complete. The question speaks about present continuous, but the C option says what happens in the future.
Yes.
Okay, the tense difference. Even looking at the tense, you can eliminate. One is eliminated using the absolute. Other one can be eliminated using the tense. Then, well, you can definitely identify the answer looking at the edging, this one, modal verb. Cool. I'm not going into detail. You know the structure, transfer of patients heading. Okay, who should do, when, what should be done, duty explained, duty 1, duty 2, after the transfer is complete. Okay, advisory. Okay, after the transfer is complete, advisory. So this is the structure. As I have taught you all these things, I am not going into those things. Okay, those are all for the other day. These are different ways of looking into the things. So you see, continuity of care through a formal structured handover supported by a written plan. Personal, ensure that the patient's personal care plan is also transferred. That's the paraphrasing exactly. So what should be done? Okay, cool. That's it. Be aware of this one. Okay. Always I tell you, but this is important. Illusion of competency. I told you yesterday as well. Many of the aspirants tell me, maybe some of you tell me now, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, this Saturday is my exam. Could you just summarize all the tricks and tips to me, whatever you have done in 500 sessions, easily within half an hour? And some are very tricky. They call me and start asking, can I speak to you further very politely? Then, they start speaking. Maybe today I had an experience. The person started to speak everything, something against what we teach, then like challenging the teaching. Then she tried to say, I am going with your strategies and I'm going to write my third attempt immediately. I said, you aren't going with my strategies. Definitely, you're not the person who has listened to my sessions. And we are damn sure such people, we are sympathetic towards them. We know, we keep on posting them the links and other things because we know from the very fact, though I don't want to say that, from the very conversation, I can understand they will not get through OET. Okay, so don't be taken away by illusion of competency. I have practiced so many materials. I have practiced this, practiced that. And at the end, the last one practice, I got 34. These are illusion of competency. I understood all the strategies. That is knowledge level. It's not skill. So you will develop a illusion of competency, which is not to be encouraged. Knowledge means knowledge leads to skill, skill to competency. Knowledge, practice, consistent practice leads to skill.
Skills.
Now, what you get from me is only knowledge. To be skilled, to have reading skill, writing skill, listening skill, and speaking skill, you need to practice, not practice, just practice, consistent practice. I don't say you should have to practice 18 hours a day. Even if it is half an hour a day, the best portion of your time, just give it, not after your duty, when you're exhausted. Which is the best time, give at least half an hour, then definitely you will improve. Okay, we can call it KS, knowledge, attitude plus skill. Attitude means confidence. You need knowledge, the strategies you must know. Then you should have confidence. Then skill. All these three are important, and much more. God's grace is the foremost thing. Practice a little, but consistently. Don't practice too much and get fed up. Then you will hate OET. Okay? Practice. If you're really addicted to OET, you will definitely keep on practicing. But practice a little, not little. I did not say practice little. I said practice a little. Okay? Yes. Have a mentor. It's must. The major problem I face in our platform is people have so many mentors. They go after everybody and get confused with everything. So whenever people suggest to me, I have registered somewhere in an institute and everything, please complete that course. If you're not competent, please come back to our platform. Okay, don't mix everything together and you will be taxing yourself. Complete that one particular program for which you have paid or which you have started, then come back to us, we'll be here if God permits. Yeah. Then guided practice, guided by the strategies. Otherwise, you will never develop a real competency. You will develop only illusion of competency. And CLC principle, I have told you, CLC, C stands for clarity of focus, L stands for love of the process, and C stands for compounding effect.
Compounding effect.
Clarity of purpose means some people are like this. If I get OET, I want to go. No clarity. Okay? Means you say yourself, you don't get OET. You don't believe in yourself, God, even God cannot believe in yourself. And some of you who know my policy, or the goddesses will say, Tatastu. The goddesses will say, Tatastu. So clarity of purpose, I want to go to this country. Okay, whatever it is, whatever happens, I need to go. Clarity of purpose, we call it lion purpose. If you have that clarity of purpose, you love this process of learning OET or the practice, the whole process of learning, you will love the process. Then you have compounding effect. Compounding effect means daily rewards. Daily you feel you are improving bit by bit, bit by bit. Every day you feel happy you are improving. Okay, that is it.